What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Real Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog here with our Week 3 G8DL matchup. We are currently 0-2. Really need to pick up a win this week because if we lose this week, we have to essentially win out. And if we lose this week and next week, we are guaranteed knocked out of playoffs. So a lot riding on this game right here. But if you guys are excited, leave a like, haven't already, subscribe if you're new. Join the Real Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling the king of the crew. So let's go ahead and break down this team. We're going in. It's nap time. He actually competed, I believe, in season 3 or season 4. I believe it was season 3, and that was, I believe, the season where I was going to. It was either that or season 2 where I was. No, it was season 2 I made the final. Season 3 I just missed out, and then season 4 I missed out completely. So yeah, but we're going against Naptime. It's been a while since we faced him, and he has got a very threatening team. He has got a Sand team and a couple of big powerhouse threats. He's got Galarian Zapdos, Mega G-Max Blastoise, Gigalibs, Excadrill, Drifblim, Victini, Zelvali, all types, Mienshao, Stoutland, Pinurchin, Whimsicott, and Roselia. So a lot of repeated, not a lot of repeated typing, but a couple of typings here. Looking at this matchup, I do not see him bringing Pinurchin, Whimsicott, and Roselia at all. Pinurchin's job would only really be, in my honest opinion, just to set up the Aurora, to set up a veil, to not set up a veil, set up electric terrain to prevent any potential sleep and everything like that. But again, I think that cripples a good couple of sets and everything like that. So I don't really know. Plus, yes, I have a few types that don't kind of like electric, but again, there's just it depends on your electric type as well. But then going to Stalin to Silva, I think Stalin has a decent good chance to come up, but the problem would be then he has to be forced if he wants to go Sand Rush, has to run Crunch and over Scrappy in order he wants to be able to handle my Dusknoir, which is really good. Because you look at his team, he does not have a fighting type, and he doesn't. He has a fighting type. He doesn't have a dark type, so Savali could be forced to be in a dark type if he wants to bring it. Mian Shao is a possibility because my team really doesn't like the coverage that Mian Shao has. The Ancient Shell's coverage is very strong versus me on the offensive prowess, and I could see like a choice scarf or a choice band set. And I think Savali can potentially be coming because if he doesn't really want to rely on Driftblim being a defogger or Drill being a rapid spinner, along with Blastoise being a rapid spinner, I think Savali is a great defensive defogger that he could use really good, or maybe offensive defogger if he really wanted to as well. Excuse me. But overall, I just think it's going to be one of those things where it's on him to see if he needs to force himself to be bringing Savali for a dark type, or if he needs to not bring Savali for just not a dark type. So, just really kind of comes down to that type of situation. But look at the main six. I see him bringing, I think Galarian Zapdos is a no-brainer. This thing is a powerhouse. I definitely think he's forced to bring Choice Scarf this week against me. Otherwise, he can't really do too much to my team. I think Mega Blast, G-Max, I don't know why I keep calling it Mega Blastoise. G-Max Blastoise is definitely coming. I am a little afraid of a Shell Smash Blastoise. Now, be granted, yes, he only has the Pokeball rule, but still, a Shell Smash Blastoise is so threatening that I'm really, really scared to face it. Gigalith, I definitely think comes. There's a good couple of my team that does not like switching into rock types. It's also a really good toxic and stealth rock user in this matchup as well. And overall, just can provide a very big nuisance to the team itself. I definitely think Excadrill comes. Excadrill is a monster versus me. It's got the greatest coverage it can. I would not be surprised to see a Choice Band set or a potential Life Orb Expert Belt set, most likely, just because of the fact that those are the three best items to run versus my team. Choice Band's only there if he really thinks he just guaranteed can KO something with Iron Head, which a good amount of my team does. There's a few that do resist, and a lot of my team that does not. So Drifblim, I definitely think comes. Unburdened Drifblim is just super annoying. I see something like maybe Strength Sap. I could see something like Will-O-Wisp. I could see something like Toxic or something like that. Just be a very annoying set. Drifblim is just a very annoying Pokemon nonetheless. And lastly, I think Victini could have easily come as well. Victini is a massive nuisance for my team because it just gets to click its buttons. More times than not, it gets to click pretty much V-Create, Zen Headbutt, and even Fusion Bolt if I honestly wanted. But pretty much it's two stabs. It can kind of just click freely against my entirety of my team. So definitely something to keep note of that. So let's break down the team we're bringing this week. Making his debut is my Keldeo, and we're going to use the Resolute form just because I want to. We're in Choice Scarf Keldeo with 64 HP, max special attack with 192 in the speed with Secret Sword, Scald, Hydro Pump, and Flip Turn. Flip Turn is there for momentum purposes. Hydro Pump is there just so we can be able to kind of do a lot of good damage to the majority of his team. If I really want to lock myself into Hydro Pump, I have Scald as a backup move. I might change it to Surf, but having Scald's really good because if I get a go first and nab a burn, that would be more clutch than trying to get the damage if I have missiles. And then Secret Sword is just fighting Stab, just because it's really kind of just necessary in case we need to take out anything that was like his bulky normal types or anything like that. Ooh, excuse me. Do need to be careful what I lock my move into though, because depending on what it is, you can make the appropriate switch, and that could counter my potential leads and stuff like that. Also making her debut is the return of Nessie. Nessie, I think, is actually really strong this week, I think, overall. And also, this was not planned to be pretty much perfect synergies like that. That was not planned at all. But we have Freeze Dry, Surf, Protect, and Substitute. I wanted to put Toxic on this set, but I felt like Toxic wasn't too necessary. Basically, with Sub Protect, once, because I'm going to spoil it, we're going to bring them on with Frisk. But basically, if I can find out if it's Smooth Rock or if it is regular sand on the Gigalith, it's really, really good because then I can stall out turns with Protect and Substitute. With no speed investment, I should be faster than 0 speed invested Golert. 196 HP, 144 defense, 116 special attack, 52 speed depth with the bold nature. Freeze Dry and Surf pretty much 1 to 2 KOs everything on his team or just neutral damage and didn't do a lot of good power to as well. Overall, I think Lapras is pretty good this matchup, and I really hope Lapras can be able to shine and do some good work this week. Coming up, we pretty much were kind of forced to bring this Pokemon is our Mudsdale here with leftovers with Toxic, Stealth Rock, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. 236 HP, 56 attack, 148 in defense, 68 speed up with the Impish Nature. Like I said, with Toxic, it's there to pretty much annoy a lot of his team that is just gonna status me and stuff like that. Also, if you hear a train in the background, I cannot control that. Stealth Rocks are pretty decently good this match. It forces removal of it on him than it does on my side if that's the case. Earthquake is pretty much spammable versus the entirety of his draft, and then we have Rock Slide as just a move just to hit a lot of things that I no necessarily don't have to worry about hitting, and also hits the Drift Blow, and it can still hit the Victini if I really want to. Up next, we're in Sonic, our G-Max Cinderace here with the Adamant Nature, 36 in attack, 36 in HP, max attack, and 220 in speed. Hydro Pyro Ball, Bulk Up, Super Fang with, now this is a very interesting set for the fact that Super Fang is there for things of case like Gigalith come in on me, things like Blastoise come in on me, and then what I can do then is I can G-Max up as long as they G-Max is up with his Blastoise. I 2 KO and knock out Blastoise. Blastoise can't knock me out in one hit unless I'm stupid, then I probably am. But basically, I get to Super Fang the Blastoise or the Gigalith, and depending on what comes in, I can go for a high jump kick, get that +1 off, and be able to do a lot of damage to the majority of his team. Now, if Blastoise does come in, I'd be willing to risk some health against the Blastoise, because I'm pretty sure I should live one hit from Blastoise if he's not offensive. If he's defensive Blastoise, I should live just barely one hit, but if he's offensive Zapdos, he doesn't do too. If he's offensive Blastoise, I do die. So that'd be really good intel to know from right there on the damage calculations. But overall, Genuine Cinerange is here just to click a button and be able to hit hard. Hopefully I can get a bulk up off against anything that's pretty much chipped or anything like that, and then I get a +1 defense. Then with the +1 defense and being G-maxed up, Extra Earthquake isn't going to do too much damage to me, and I'd be able to reverse knock that thing out with a high jump kick or a Pyro Ball, depending on my investments. Making his debut as well is going to be Ghost Freak here. He just, like I said, he does not have a dark type, and even if he does bring something like Savali Dark and it's going to be like a mix, I want to cripple that thing as much as I possibly can. So we're in Trick Room, Will-O-Wisp, Poltergeist with Power Up Punch, Max HP, 116 attack, 140 in defense with the Impish Nature. With Frisk, I'm able to scout out his items immediately on the turn that they're up. And the best thing about having Trick Room is that I do have things like Mudsdale that take advantage of it. I've got things like Lapras that can take advantage. I have 3 monsters basically take advantage of Trick Room in this game, which is very going to be important because he doesn't really have anything slow. He has pretty much fast stuff against my team, which is really good. But Poltergeist, there is no switching to Poltergeist. And again, the only thing he has is a normal type, and then we can just, again, Power Punch spam against that thing and just knock it out and just increase our Poltergeist damage, which is going to be really great. And the fact that Blastoise is forced to hold the hell out of it will make Poltergeist really, really good and beneficial for us. And Will-O-Wisp, again, is super, super clutch to burn anything and everything I want to just cripple it down. And this was a bit of a risky bring on my end, but I think it's the bring I want. I might want to change out. Actually, you know what? We're going to change this out and put Defog on here, just in case we need to remove hazards. But I am bringing my Tornadus, pretty much bringing a more of a bit of a defensive one, slightly offensive, but primarily more defensive idea. Running Air Slash Toxic Defog, Focus Blast, Max HP, 96 into defense, 56 special attack, 16 speed up, 88 in the speed. With the speed, I am faster than Zapdos. So again, if Zapdos is faster than me, I will know that guaranteed. And it was the only mon I really think was the only mon I really needed to speed creep on. I didn't care about speed creeping on Whimsicott because Whimsicott's got Prankster. Same thing with the things like when someone wants like Prankster is just annoying. And it was the only speed I really cared about. I mean, yes, there is things like Mienshao, but again, I didn't really care about the speed creep for Mienshao. I primarily wanted to focus more on Zapdos' speed in this matchup versus anything else. So but basically, this is a very kind of defensive. This is the only thing to remove hazards on my side of the field. And again, if I can pressure Stealth Rocks on my opponent's side to where he doesn't have them, that's really good too. But if I know I can get rid of some of his rockers and stuff like that, I can go ahead and defog away and then go ahead and bring in stuff that can be really good clutch win con situations and stuff like that. Overall, Tornadus here is kind of help to chip the teams down, spread toxics, and hopefully be a hazard controller for us in this matchup. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the team, guys. If you like, you haven't already, subscribe if you're new. Hopefully, we pick up our first win. I think we do have a really solid team. We just can't get the ball rolling. We just get hacks, and it's just what it is, you know. But that's it for me, guys. If you like, you haven't already, subscribe if you're new. Join the official crew today. Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later. Peace.